Hello Bama friends! That was a real shocker from Alabama over Ohio that nobody saw coming. Let's dive into the news. In the world of college football, some player transfers leave a significant mark on both the programs losing the talent and those gaining it. One of the most notable cases in recent years was Jameson Williams transferring from Ohio State to Alabama, where he quickly became one of the team's stars. Recently, Justin Fields, former Ohio State quarterback and current NFL star, revealed his true feelings about Williams' decision to leave the Buckeyes and his transformative journey at Crimson Tide. Ohio State is widely recognized as a powerhouse in developing wide receivers, with a tradition of sending talents to the NFL. Receivers like Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave have excelled under the Buckeyes banner, displaying exceptional skills that quickly caught the attention of NFL scouts. However, for Jameson Williams, the experience in Columbus was not as fruitful as he initially hoped. But what do you think? Let's continue. Williams, recruited for his high speed and agility, struggled to establish himself in the Buckeyes' offense, which already featured stars like Wilson and Olave. During his 2 seasons at Ohio State, he managed just 15 receptions for a total of 266 yards and 3 touchdowns. This modest performance led Williams to seek new opportunities, culminating in his decision to transfer to Alabama, where his career took a dramatic turn. On his TS podcast, Justin Fields shared his insights on this transition and how he perceived Williams' situation while at Ohio State. They were playing with JMO. I won't say they weren't, Fields stated. They really weren't utilizing JMO right, but I'm glad he left and went crazy at Bama. This statement reveals a level of frustration Williams might have felt while with the Buckeyes, where his potential was not fully tapped. Williams' transfer to Alabama proved to be the right decision. In his lone season with the Crimson Tide, he racked up an impressive 1,572 yards and 15 touchdowns, establishing himself as one of the country's top wide receivers. This performance catapulted him to the top of NFL draft lists, resulting in his first-round selection by the Detroit Lions. The change of scenery allowed Williams to fully utilize his abilities, with Alabama providing a platform for him to shine in one of college football's most prestigious programs. Under Nick Saban's leadership, Williams thrived, making the most of the Crimson Tide's aggressive offensive play style. Though his transition to the NFL has been challenging, with an injury-interrupted rookie season and 354 yards last season, expectations are high for Williams in 2024. He aims to establish himself as one of the Lions' key targets, displaying the same explosiveness and speed that made him a star at Alabama. Jameson Williams' story is a powerful reminder of the impact that the right environment and opportunities can have on a player's development. For many, his journey is a testament that even when an initial situation doesn't work out as planned, perseverance and the willingness to seek new paths can lead to success. In Williams' case, his decision to transfer to Alabama was a pivotal turning point that allowed him to realize his full potential. Hearing from Justin Fields, who threw passes to Williams in Columbus, we gain a unique insight into the dynamics that can affect a player's trajectory. The reality is that talent alone is not always enough to guarantee immediate success. Often, a change in setting or system is needed to truly unlock an athlete's potential. For Alabama, Williams' arrival was a blessing, adding another valuable piece to an already formidable offense. And for Jameson Williams, the experience reinforced the notion that tough decisions can open doors to new opportunities and achievements. What do you think of this story? Feel free to comment at the end of the video. The Alabama Crimson Tide has always stood out for its ability to recruit and develop elite talent in college football, and the arrival of Xavier Brown is no exception. This young defender from the powerhouse Mater Dei High School in California is already making a significant impact on the team, consistently receiving praise from his coaches and teammates during the fall camp of 2024. Since arriving at Alabama in January, Xavier Brown has impressed everyone with his maturity and technical skills. As a 5-star recruit, he was already highly rated, but what's really catching everyone's attention is how quickly he has adapted to the college level, proving ready to tackle challenges that many veterans still find difficult. Coach Kalen DeBoer and his staff have repeatedly noted how Brown doesn't seem like a freshman on the field. During the spring, Xavier Brown had already shown that he was a step ahead of many of his peers. "He just doesn't feel like a freshman," said Kalen DeBoer. This perception reflects not only his physical ability but also his understanding of the game and his capacity to execute plays with precision and confidence. He quickly climbed the defensive hierarchy, participating in the spring practices as a starter on the main team's defense. Despite suffering a minor left-hand injury, which required a cast and partially limited him during recent practices, Brown has not let this affect his performance or determination. According to DeBoer, the injury is not a cause for concern, and he should be back to full capacity soon. This resilience only reinforces the coaching staff's confidence in him. Expectations around Xavier Brown are high, and he is meeting all of them. Ranked as the 22nd overall player in the class of 2024 by 247 Sports and the third-best cornerback in his class, he is showing why he received such high ratings. Greg Biggins, a national recruiting analyst for 247 Sports, highlighted that Brown plays with advanced technique, has quick feet, excellent ball perception, and a physical approach that makes him a formidable defender. Mo Linguist, Alabama's cornerbacks coach, also praised Brown, highlighting his attitude, effort, and meticulous preparation. Linguist emphasized that Brown is always in the right place, eliminating confusion before the snap and positioning himself to make plays. This level of preparation and understanding of the game is rare in a freshman, and it is precisely what makes Brown such a valuable asset for Alabama. The competition for playing time in Alabama's secondary is fierce. With talented players like Ellis Robinson IV, Jalen Backwee, Zay Mincy, Deshaun Jones, and Domani Jackson, the battle for starting positions is intense. However, Xavier Brown has stood out among his peers, and indications are that he is well positioned to secure one of the main roles in Alabama's defense. With just 27 days remaining until the season opener against Western Kentucky, the expectation is that Brown will be one of the starters. His performance so far justifies this confidence, and he seems ready to take on a crucial role in the Crimson Tide's defense. Xavier Brown's rise at Alabama is a testament to his innate talent and the hard work he puts into his development. His presence on the main team not only strengthens the defense but also serves as a model for other freshmen about what it takes to succeed in an elite program like Alabama. Brown's impact goes beyond his skills on the field. He brings a leadership mindset and an unwavering commitment to excellence that are contagious and inspiring to his teammates. Kalen DeBoer summed it up perfectly, saying, "I have a lot of confidence in him already. I'm proud of the way he approaches this. He takes nothing for granted. He works non-stop. He's there with Coach Mo all the time. He's a fun guy to have around every day in the program." As the season approaches, Xavier Brown is poised to become one of the most exciting players to watch at Alabama. His talent, coupled with his work ethic, not only prepares him for a successful season but also promises a bright future in college football and potentially beyond. Brown's journey is just beginning, and Alabama is certainly excited to see where it will lead him. The role of tight ends in the Alabama Crimson Tide's offense is becoming increasingly important under the guidance of Coach Kalen DeBoer. With preparations for the 2024 season underway, there is much speculation about the team's new offensive strategy, and DeBoer has made it clear that the tight end position will be a critical component in this offensive scheme. Although tight ends haven't received the same spotlight as other positions, their significance in Alabama's game plan cannot be underestimated. The importance of tight ends in Kalen DeBoer's scheme. Throughout his career spanning over 20 years as a coach, Kalen DeBoer has always placed a significant emphasis on utilizing tight ends in his teams. For him, having versatile tight ends who can control the middle of the field and also stretch vertically to create space is crucial for the success of the offense. DeBoer stated, "It's a critical piece of our offense. It's always been that way for over 20 years. Having that guy who not only controls the middle of the field but can go vertical, it stresses you out and spreads the defense. Last year, under offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, Alabama's tight ends were primarily used as blockers, which limited their offensive output. In fact, 74% of tight end snaps were dedicated to blocking, somewhat masking their potential contribution in the passing game. With the arrival of DeBoer and offensive coordinator Nick Sheridan, expectations are for this to change, with tight ends taking on a more dynamic and proactive role in the offense. DeBoer has a long history of adapting his schemes to maximize the potential of his tight ends. During his time at Washington, DeBoer transformed the Huskies' offense into one of the most potent in the country, leading them to a 14-1 record and a national championship game appearance. Jack Westover, the lead tight end, had 46 receptions for 433 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Devin Culp, the secondary tight end, added 16 receptions for 208 yards and 2 touchdowns. These numbers reflect the significance of tight ends in DeBoer's offensive system, where they serve not only as blockers but also as legitimate threats in the passing game. This is evidenced by other examples from DeBoer's career, like Peyton Hendershot at Indiana, who finished a season with 52 receptions for 622 yards and 4 touchdowns. At Fresno State, DeBoer also utilized multiple tight ends as part of a balanced attack. At Alabama, the tight end room for 2024 includes C.J. Dippre, Robbie Utes, and Josh Cuevas, all set to play a significant role. While the statistical output of these players was modest last year, the experience they bring is invaluable. In 2023, these three combined for 18 receptions for 384 yards and 2 touchdowns but participated in 1,095 snaps, more than any other skill group on the Crimson Tide. This experience will be crucial as Alabama implements a more aggressive and multifaceted pro-spread attack. DeBoer emphasized that tight ends need to understand the entire offense, as their role extends beyond blocking to also creating gaps in the running game and stretching the field in the passing game. They need to know the entire offense, DeBoer explained. One tight end, two tight ends, they give us extra gaps in the running game, can help us in protection, are guys who can stretch the field and make big plays that way. There's good players in that room, Sheridan, the Tide's offensive coordinator, said this week, and they're competing their tail off. With DeBoer and Sheridan at the helm, Alabama's tight ends are expected to play a more diversified and critical role in the 2024 season. The pro-spread offensive approach that DeBoer brought from Washington, which has been successful on a national level, should allow Alabama's tight ends to showcase their skills in multiple facets of the game. The versatility of the tight ends not only adds depth to Alabama's attack but also increases the unpredictability of the offensive play, making it more difficult for opposing defenses to adjust. The ability of the tight ends to act both as effective blockers and dynamic receivers allows the Crimson Tide to keep the opposing defense constantly under pressure. As the 2024 season approaches, Alabama's tight ends are poised to prove their worth under DeBoer's new regime. C.J. Dippre, Robbie Utes, and Josh Cuevas will have the opportunity to show that they are more than just blockers. They will be key pieces in an offense that promises to be one of the most explosive and well-balanced in college football. The expectation is that, with DeBoer and his team, Alabama's tight ends will not only meet the demands of the modern game but also exceed expectations, becoming crucial elements in an offensive unit that aspires to win yet another national championship. The importance of tight ends in Alabama's offense cannot be underestimated, and Kalen DeBoer is determined to maximize their potential. With a renewed focus on their abilities, the tight ends are ready to play a vital role in the Crimson Tide's quest for continued success in the 2024 season. I want to hear your opinion. Leave your comment.